On March 3rd, 1994, Edith Child Myers died at age 88, leaving her ranch in Ballard, Utah to her brother-in-law, who soon sold the property to Terry and Gwen Sherman. Up to this point, the small, secluded ranch was completely unknown to the public, but the events that took place on the property over the next several years would put it on the map for UFO, cryptid, and paranormal investigators worldwide, and the property would come to be known as Skinwalker Ranch. Edith had not lived on the property for several years before her death, so the house was understandably in a state of disrepair. But even granting that fact, the price paid for the property was incredibly low. Along with the unusually low price, the Shermans noted several other peculiarities with the property, including abnormally large chains in the front of the house for securing large guard dogs, an abundance of deadbolts on all of the doors of the house, even the interior ones, and a strange clause in the contract forbidding the Shermans from digging on the property without prior permission from the previous owner. The Shermans looked past these oddities and purchased the property, but they would soon learn firsthand about the strangeness on the ranch. On the first day the Shermans were moving into the property, while unloading their truck, they noticed a strange figure moving on the far side of their pasture, and soon recognized it as a wolf. But as it approached, they were struck by its monstrous size of around 5 feet tall. The creature seemed friendly, and slowly walked up to the family and allowed them to pet it, before it spotted one of the Sherman's calves with its head peeking out from the fence of its pen. Upon noticing this, the wolf quickly bounded over to the animal and clamped its jaws around the calf's head, prompting Terry to attack the animal, first with an axe handle, and then with a gun. Terry fired several bullets into the animal to no effect, but after around a half-dozen shots were fired, and a chunk of flesh had been blown off of the wolf, it finally released the calf and slowly walked off in the direction it had came from. Fearing that it may return, Terry and his son went off in search of the wolf to finish the job. They tracked the beast for around a half hour, past the edge of their property and to the edge of a creek. The tracks were clearly visible in the muddy banks surrounding the stream, but puzzlingly, they simply stopped more than 50 feet from the water's edge. They searched the area surrounding the final tracks, but found nothing. It seemed as if the creature had simply vanished into thin air. When they arrived back at the ranch, they picked up the flesh that had fallen from the wolf, and were surprised to find that it was not a fresh, bloody piece of tissue, but rather looked and smelled old and rotten. This was just one experience at the ranch which remains unexplained, but the mysteries don't stop there. Activity on the ranch over the next years would broaden to include everything from strange lights in the sky to cattle mutilations, cryptid encounters, and poltergeist activity. There are far too many details of Skinwalker Ranch to list in a short video, but suffice to say, it's one of the strangest and most puzzling properties in the world. Some attribute the activity on the property to UFOs, others to Native American curses or hauntings, but for now, the true source of the anomalies at Skinwalker Ranch remains a mystery. If you'd like to learn more about Skinwalker Ranch and other mysteries, I've included links below to videos and other resources. And if you like what I'm doing here and want to support me, please like, subscribe, and share on your social platform of choice. I post new bite-sized videos daily about mysteries, cryptids, aliens, and all things strange to kick off your day. See you tomorrow.